Yeah, you can also take a cherry. One dessert thing. Okay, ready?
Wow, that's a line.
Okay. Enjoy.
I thought it was tequila immediately for some reason, and I was uncomfortable with that. But then when it was, I don't know, I didn't care.
When you told me to take a shot, my first thought was I'm gonna get in trouble. Yeah, that was my first thought. Wondering if I would get in trouble for drinking in the middle of the hallway.
When I was first told to take a shot, I was really scared. I didn't really know why I had to take a shot. You know, if she wanted me to get drunk, but I didn't really want to do it, but I did, and I don't regret it now.
When I walked into the room, I was really freaked out because the first thing I saw was like something coming through the fabric towards me, like really quickly. So I screamed, and then I felt like it was I don't know, it was kind of like a strange space because the walls were fabric.
My initial reaction walking in was like a it was like a fun house, kind of, but a really disconcerting fun house. A not so fun house. Yeah, I mean, the first thing I saw was the fabric, so you sort of met with a wall. And I don't know, it's nice because you just sort of have to like find your way intuitively, and there's like nothing telling you to put your head in this hole. And you don't, I mean, the thing is that I think because there's no sort of direction, there's a greater sense of risk, I guess.
My initial reaction when I walked into the space was, holy shit, where am I supposed to go? And then I saw like the two holes, or like the cubby and the two holes you would stick your head in, and even before I could really get there, things were touching me, so I didn't really know where to go after that. And yeah, it was just really interesting because it was almost like I was battling to get to where I wanted to go to, but that was just because people were touching me, so
once I put my head up through the box, I actually couldn't, it just was kind of, there was kind of just like light on the screen in front of me, and I was trying to control the controllers, which was difficult because when someone's touching your legs, you can't really concentrate on anything, so you don't know who it is. And so I tried one of the controllers, and then I actually tried the other one too, and I found that I really like the sounds that one of the controllers made, so I was kind of into doing it. But then the touching seemed to be more invasive, so I had to leave. Yeah.
When I first put I didn't know. I kind of knew what to expect just because we talked about it, but I wasn't expecting it. I'd seen the project in a very inert state, and then seeing everything activated was just like, ah! I don't even know like if there's a word for it. It was just completely sensory overload, and I think that was like, it'd be totally different if your head was in like a difference, like if you were in a bigger space where you kind of felt free, but you were sort of constricted and kind of trapped. So yeah, it just felt like, so there was a sense of violation there, and then the touching obviously felt like was really unexpected. I didn't know that was gonna happen. And like the whole thing was like, it was disturbing, but it was also really fun. Because I knew that like it was like probably some risky students that like Laura like roped up and like to grope us or something. Yeah, did that answer the question?
Yeah.
When I first stepped out of the installation, I like regretted that I just left. I stepped out because I was really scared, but then when I stepped out, I was like, actually that wasn't that scary, and now this sucks. This is really boring. But that's why I went in again afterwards, because I wanted to really see what was going on. And the first time I stepped in, I was only in there for 10 seconds, so yeah.
I was laughing really hard because it was just such a strange experience. And should I say what David's?
Yeah.
And David, and one of the people that were yelling things said to me, "Don't be afraid," because I had screamed when I went inside because I saw something coming towards me, and so I don't know, it's just made me really happy, I guess.
When I left the space, well, I tried to leave once, and then I was told by some anonymous voices to go back, so I did. And yeah, what eventually like made me leave was that I just felt like overwhelmed. And so it was a sense of like going towards relief, basically. I felt relieved once I left the space, but also happy that I had that experience. Kind of.
When I first put my head into the holes and I grabbed the controllers, despite the fact that there were other things going on down there, I felt like I was like 5 years old or something. I felt like a little kid, and the noise didn't really bother me that much, and I think like holding on to the controllers definitely contributed to me feeling like a little kid again. So it kind of felt like I was in an amusement park, like a horror thing in an amusement park. So that was really cool. But then, yeah, it started to get really scary when they were grabbing you and whatnot, but it was exciting.